As a medical professional, are you aware that patient non-compliance is a major cause of ineffective chronic disease treatment across the globe? Drugs don't work in people who don't take them. This observation by former US Surgeon General C. Everett Koop became famous because it seemed to be stating the obvious. But the fact is, the statement is very close to the truth. Here's another interesting fact. Most chronic drugs work well in a clinical trial environment, and it is understandable that under these controlled circumstances, patients are highly compliant. But then, clinical trials don't really reflect patient behavior in the real world out there. Patients that receive no form of support typically fill around 50% of their scripts. However, a good compliance program motivates them to fill 85 to 90% of their scripts. This negative trend of medication non-adherence defies efforts to manage chronic diseases and only perpetuates the cycle. This was highlighted by the World Health Organization in 2003. It was found that 67% of diabetic type 2 patients do not test blood glucose as frequently as recommended. The study also showed that diabetic type 2 patients average only 130 days of continuous drug therapy. And by the end of the first year of treatment, only 15% were still taking their oral medication regularly. It is no surprise that the World Health Organization studies also showed that adherence amongst patients suffering chronic disease averages a frightening 50%. This once again illustrates that disease management is near impossible without good compliance. You might be wondering how one can achieve high levels of compliance in the real world. To many of us, our relationship with our doctor is based on trust. This special relationship is the key to good compliance management. The doctor diagnoses, advises, and scripts. This initiates the course of treatment, and it follows that adherence to the doctor's treatment plan is vital to the management and control of chronic disease. So why do many patients fail to comply? There are many reasons. For instance, many patients do not see their doctor for long periods after the diagnosis. During this time, non-compliance can occur, and of course this will have a detrimental effect on the management of their illness. Others might find some improvement in their health after initiating medication and then discontinue the medication to their own detriment. How do we change this negative trend where patients continue to fill only about 50% of their scripts? How can we get people to comply so that they can experience a longer, fuller life? Would you like the opportunity to offer solutions to this distressing phenomenon? We believe the answer lies in providing patients with a means to access information about their disease and a caring support system. With the introduction of intelligent software, doctors can now track their patients' compliance, and the software can provide a new dimension of information that relates directly to the disease management of any patient in his care. Not only can the doctor script a product, but doctors can take initiative and also script compliance by enrolling patients onto a beneficial compliance program. Nurses can also play an important role in supporting and educating patients to comply with doctors' directions. Patient progress is constantly updated and tracked by nurse educators via online information collection. With access to electronic data, a nurse educator can reaffirm the doctor's treatment plan and assist the patient to overcome any obstacles to compliance. These problems might relate to disease or treatment, misunderstanding, funding issues, or mere perceptions that can cause poor compliance. In addition, the nurse educator can refer the patient back to the doctor if the treatment appears to be failing. The use of electronic media can ease a doctor's education workload as patients are able to access treatment information delivered by the same software system. All of this done with the patient privacy in mind. Only the healthcare professionals working with the patient can access patient information. Intelligent software manages and delivers constant quality telephonic or electronic patient support during stressful times when people have to confront disease. We owe it to the future of healthcare to raise awareness of the correct and responsible way of managing chronic medication. We can play our part by enrolling patients on quality adherence programs. Together, we can achieve optimum real-world compliance.